Welcome back to Heads Up SA. Today we're diving into a heated exchange between SACP General Secretary Solly Mapaila and ANC Secretary General Fikile Mbalula. This debate has shaken the alliance between the SACP and the ANC to its core as they clash over the controversial GNU with the DA. Let's break down the back and forth that's got everyone talking.
And I dare say, I even spoke about the current president.
Yeah.
You remember there was a parliamentary report on Phala.
Yes.
And I was asked a question whether even this president, for instance, can he represent any sense of renewal? I said, no, it's not possible because it's heavily contaminated by scandals.
The ANC acknowledges the concerns raised by the South African Communist Party and reaffirms the value of our long-standing alliance within the tripartite alliance. However, we have noted the recent public statements by the SACP General Secretary Comrade Solly Mapaila, which appear to challenge ANC leadership and particularly target President Cyril Ramaphosa.
Things got intense when Solly Mapaila got an interview with Sunday World, taking a bold stance by openly criticizing the ANC's GNU with the DA. And this time it struck a nerve. The ANC, who has often addressed Mapaila indirectly, actually came out in a press briefing mentioning him by name multiple times and countering his argument point by point. DA's Helen Zille's claims that the GNU is nothing but a coalition between the ANC and the DA. Fikile said these are lies being trafficked by Helen Zille. The ANC invited everybody according to Mbalula.
Helen Zille had affirmed this question, not any other person, but the main partner of the African National Congress. She says so herself in her own words. The ANC has never disputed her. She said, this thing of the government of national unity is a sidestep. The real issue is that there's a coalition between the ANC and the DA. And that when President Ramaphosa felt that there will be people in the ANC who will oppose and not want to work with the DA, he felt he must open this thing up into a government of national unity, invite everybody. But the primary thing is that this is a coalition between the DA and the ANC. This perspective we share. We have said it ourselves.
Ntebu, Helen Zille said we're not in a GNU but a grand coalition. Is this existing in our own mind, figmentation, or is it she knows that this is not a grand coalition. It's not a grand coalition. It's a GNU led by the ANC, led by ANC as the largest party. Now, even yourselves, Ntebu, I think you guys are well educated. I mean, you should know what is a grand coalition and a GNU. He invited everybody, not only the DA. And the DA wanted grand coalition. They wanted that. And we opted for GNU. And peddling those lies and trafficking them fast and furious, like Zille is doing, it becomes a fact in the mindset of the people. Like others have been peddling lies that we had a deal with the DA, where there is a deal, this thing is a pact, and all of that. There is no such. There is no such. We engaged, informed by our own perspective.
Solly Mapaila maintains that the GNU with DA was a political choice and the ANC chose the DA that represents neoliberalism with an agenda to disturb state-owned entities to pave way for the private sector. But SG Fikile Mbalula said the ANC does not love and protect the GNU, but he must understand the difference between strategical and tactical maneuver, labeling his argument as ideological bankruptcy. But Solly Mapaila insisted that this evil marriage is derailing the ANC from the mission of the National Democratic Revolution.
Further capitulation to right-wing interest, to neoliberalism. Neoliberalism is nothing else but modern-day capitalism. This modern-day capitalism has got some features. One of it is that there must be less state participation in the affairs of society.
Now, for anyone to say, including our friends in the left, represented by Mapaila, that we love GNU, we protect GNU, we defend GNU. It is very much worrisome coming from a person of my Paila's caliber, because he should understand what is a strategic goal and tactical maneuver. He must argue in that tactical maneuver, as he would have argued, that he doesn't think that DA must constitute that. It's another debate. But to argue that a tactical maneuver is equal to a strategic goal, it's very disturbing. It's actually ideological bankruptcy.
The National Democratic Revolution has been derailed. There's no intention to bring back our movement to where it should be. Leaders are busy trying to justify this arrangement, this evil marriage they've made with the DA.
The SG said the DA can leave the GNU if they want to, but Solly said there is no way they will leave because they are so excited they can't believe they are in government.
If the DA, through Helen Zille, decide that they want to opt out of the GNU, it will be their decision. But the GNU will continue.
There's no way, whatever difference that will be there, these forces will never leave the GNU. Because they can't believe, it's like, uNkulunkulu ufikile kubo wavela wasiveza emini.
ANC SG continued with the narration that the 40% achieved by ANC during the elections is the people of South Africa telling the ANC to go and work with everyone. Solly Mapaila calls that an insult because in reality the alliances of the ANC were never consulted in this matter.
Our people put us below 40%. And then they said that go and work with all South Africans. And that is why we are here today.
Yeah, one of this lie that is repeated all the time, and we have to call it lie because we have tolerated it too much, that the people of this country voted for a GNU.
GNU, it's a decision of us all. And when it comes to the African National Congress, I can tell you now that we hate GNU. The fact that I must be woken up by an opposition leader every day about this and that, I don't like it. But that's how democracy is. It humbles you.
SACP General Secretary Solly Mapaila argues there have been secret talks with the DA even before the elections. He says they knew about this way before, around about March 2024, before the elections. But Mbalula says these are lies, and if they keep going, it will become facts in the minds of the people.
Because these things were dealt with in secret. They were premeditated. As early as March, we knew that there were secret talks going on with the DA. We raised these concerns. Why are there secret talks when we're in the middle of the campaign?
So, these distortions have gone on, and in this particular instance, if they are sustained forever and ever, they become a reality on the part of society in general and broadly the young and upcoming cadreship of our party and membership, that the ANC has got a deal that it hatched over the years with the DA. And this question of GNU is not an accident. It is something that has been hatched over time, which again, it must be rebutted because it's a matter that was argued thoroughly, informed by our own perspectives, and we came to this particular conclusion.
Finally, the issue of Panyaza Lesufi, who was seen marching alongside SACP on their Red October Awareness March. After Solly said he must be protected, playing along with the narrative that he's one of the few leaders left in the ANC who still care about the marginalized. Fikile Mbalula said the ANC sent Panyaza Lesufi into that march and the Tshwane branch as well. And there is no competition between SACP and the ANC. To respect the SACP, ANC actually postponed their march to join the SACP.
It is clear, Yabonu Panyaza, we must protect him. We must also say to the DA, hands off Panyaza. Even to this collaborationist element in the ANC, hands off Panyaza.
October month, it is SACP, Red October. If we went ahead with that march, which is conceptualized by our comrades in Tshwane, you would have said it's competition. So we stopped it. We said, no, we can't have similar marches on the same day. Besides, we must respect the SACP. And then we issued a statement by our comrades in Tshwane, and we said to them that they must join the SACP march, which they did. And Comrade Panyaza was also there to join the SACP march. So there's no competition. It's just that the march was conceptualized long time ago, and we said to comrades, if you go ahead with this march, it's just going to fuel the perceptions that are negative out there, and then just make them a reality, that indeed there is a friction. They even compete about the masses of our people and the issues that affect the same pace. So.
Also, Fikile Mbalula mentioned that the ANC will meet with the SACP, particularly with Solly Mapaila, and hear him out. We wait to see the outcome of that meeting, and also to be on the lookout to Mapaila's comments on the GNU after that meeting. So, what do you think? Is this the beginning of the end for the ANC-SACP alliance, or will they find a way to bridge this ideological gap? Leave your thoughts in the comments below, and don't forget to like, share and subscribe for more updates on the South African politics. Until next time, keep your heads up, SA.